Hello everyone, I'm Quintessential Paper Jets, and today I'm going to show you how to make Avro Vulcan. Now Avro Vulcan has 5 bomb bays, one here, one down there, and one here, and one here, and one here. But you could actually open up, put something in it, and then close it up again, which I think is really cool. Also has a nice looking tail. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very cool plane. And let's get into folding. So all you'll need is a square sheet of paper. If you have 8.5 by 11 inch paper, you can go to my channel and watch my video, watch my short of how to cut an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet to a square. But if you just have square paper, you can just start off like this. And start off with the bottom right corner to the top left corner. Now unfold. Unfold the bottom left corner to the top right corner. Now rotate the paper like this and fold this point down to there. Now turn the paper over and fold this point to here. Now, I'm going to hold this up to the camera like this. Put your hand in, you want to put your fingers in, and slowly pull out, just like this. Now, I'm going to set it back down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this bottom edge up to this left edge. So we're going to slowly take this and pull it over like this. And what you're gonna want to do is take this and crease into this pocket right here, like that. Get a crease in there. And now that we've got in the crease, go ahead and unfold and do the same thing to this side. So fold the bottom edge to the right edge. Creasing into this pocket. So, it should look like that. And now, that's basically it for that part. And what we're gonna do now is put your finger in here and lift up like this. And have the model slowly collapse into this shape. And then you're going to fold that to the left. And we're going to fold this point up, this point right here, up as far as it can go, which will be about here. So you're basically folding this point to there, just like that. So now, unfold, fold this to the right, and do the same thing here. So fold this point to there. Okay, now unfold. And now what we're gonna have to do is take this, stand it upright, and it won't lie flat, it will stay like this. But what you want to do is put your finger in here and squash fold this in, sort of. It's a little hard to do, but you want to get the paper just like that and do a little sort of squash fold. So, after that, you can flatten this down. I'm just going to show you again. This is how the layers look. The layers were like this. But then I put my finger in here and push it down. And it looks like this. So for the next step, we're gonna unfold this section right here. And what we're gonna do is, we have this crease right here and this crease right here. We're gonna fold this point down between this crease and this crease. So you're gonna fold it down just like that. And that should create something that looks like this, so you can see up close, that's how it looks. And now, the next step's pretty difficult, but I'm gonna show you like this. Unfold that, and now fold this whole section of paper up, and look in here, and you wanna then shift over to here and push in like that. Same thing on this side. And now, I'm gonna zoom back out. What you can do is take this and then open it up and squash fold it. So everything should look like that. And I'll fold this point down to here. Now fold this edge into the center, but there's a little bit of a catch. You're gonna have to when you're folding this edge in, you're gonna have to fold from inside the pocket, like this. And slowly line that up with the center crease. So, once you're done with that, do the same thing over here. So again, just fold in this in. And now we have a pretty hard step to do on this top section right here. So, go ahead and take this flap right here on the left. And you're gonna wanna stick your finger in this pocket right here and pull over. And it's gonna wanna do this. But what you wanna do is force this section of paper up with your other pointer finger so that it spreads out and creates a nice cone shape. That is a very hard fold, I will say. If I made it look easy, it's not easy. It might be easy for me, but for you it might be a little difficult, depending on how experienced you are. Now fold this flap back and fold this edge into the center. So after you're done with that, do the same thing on the right flap. Again, put your finger in here, slowly pull over, and use your other pointer finger to spread the paper out. Fold this flap over, and fold this little section into the center. So, that's how it should look. Now I'm gonna zoom back out so that you can see it better. So now, go ahead and turn the paper over and fold this edge, the left edge, into the center. Same thing on the right side. And that'll create a shape that looks like this. I'm gonna zoom out a little more since it's a little close to the camera. Now unfold both of the flaps. And now we're gonna do a inside reverse fold. You're just gonna put your finger in here and lift it up. It's a reverse and a squash fold, you could say. And then push this paper in, just like that. Do the same thing on this side. So, open this up, put your finger in, just like that. So now, that we're done with that part, I'm gonna go ahead, turn the paper over, and we're gonna start to make the wings, which are these and this right here. These two are the wings. So, how we make the wings is maybe I should just zoom in. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, for the wings, what you wanna do is fold from this point. You wanna fold so that this edge hits this point right here. And then slowly bring the paper out. And what you want to do is leave a little space right there. So your wing of the plane should look like this. If this is popping up, you need to flatten it down. So that's how you do one wing. And now I'm going to do the other wing. I'll fold this over. Pull this flap out and leave a little space right there. So now we're done with making the wings, or at least for now we're done with making them. There's still a little more stuff we need to do on them. But now, notice that we have an intersection of this edge right here and this wing crease, and this edge right here and this wing crease. We're gonna fold up between those 2 points. So fold up just like that. Now we're gonna open it up like this and tuck that under the plane. And we just reverse the crease. So after we reverse the crease from a valley to a mountain fold, what we're gonna go ahead and do is turn the paper over. And what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna zoom out, is start making some of the bombays. So now, take this edge right here and fold it in as far as you can, but don't tear the paper. Same thing on this side. Now unfold. And what we're gonna do is open the paper up a little and then just push that in. Same thing here, open up and push that in. Now take this little bit of paper that's still here and fold it over just like this. And now you're gonna lift 1, 2 layers and then tuck that flap in. So same thing here. Fold this little bit of paper over, fold over 1, 2 layers, and tuck that in. That step is optional, but I just like to do it because it makes a better shape of the plane. So after that, we're gonna turn over, and right here you'll see we have 2 flaps. What we're gonna do is fold out from this point of the flap to this little intersection of this edge and this edge of where the Bombay flap is. So fold out just like this. Put your finger in this pocket right here and then just squash fold it down. So now what we're gonna do is a little hard. But we're gonna take this and put our finger in here, and you'll notice that it does something like this. Then push down on this little flap of paper here. And it should naturally want to collapse in this little Bombay shape. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So fold from this point up to there. Now squash fold. And now, again, take this section of paper and just push down to create the Bombay. This one is acting a little crazy with me, so I'm gonna have to manually make the creases. So everything should look like this. And now you can just leave those for now. And we're gonna start working on the other bomb base. So for the other bomb base, I'm just gonna take this flap right here and fold out until I hit the intersection of this crease right here that's coming down and this edge. So I'm folding up just like that. And then I'm just gonna leave a little space up here at the top. So now, fold this edge up like this. It's gonna make this section here and this section here. And now we have a pretty hard fold. So what I'm gonna do is take this and unfold. Then you're gonna open this up and push this in. And up here, spread this out a little like that, and then fold it back. That is a pretty hard step to do. And it's so difficult that you might have considered giving up at this point. And if you do give up, I recommend that you go to my channel and fold a much easier plane called Turbo. It's the simplest plane on my channel, and it still looks really cool. So you can go to my channel just by going down in the video description. So do the same thing to this flap. Open up right here and spread this little bit of paper out. And now that everything's good, go ahead and we're gonna start shaping these bomb bays right here. So unfold this section right here and swing it over here, and that'll create this. And just push down right here, same thing with the other bomb bays. Sort of model it in like that. And I forgot to tell you, how you use the bomb bays is you just open up right here. You put something inside, like a Lego. Then you just close it back up, and it might drop out when you're flying. So that's the reason the bomb bays are cool, since you can put stuff in them. I really like planes with bomb bays, so that's why I made this one with them. So now, open this section up like this, and now push down on this flap right here, just like that. And now that we're done with that, we're done with some of the major hard parts, but the final bomb bay right here is pretty hard, so I hope you can get that. So I'm gonna zoom out so that I can fit everything in the frame. What we want to do for now is unfold these bomb bays. For now, just pull the paper out. We'll collapse them again. We'll reconstruct them at the end of the video when we jet fold. So now go ahead and turn the paper over. Now fold the left edge over to the right edge, just like this. And the paper should look like this. Now turn it over. We have a little bit of a hard step to do because we have to inside reverse fold this flap over here. So take this, open it up with your finger, and push this under that flap, just like that. And it should create something that looks like this. So I hope you were able to do that step. Again, if you couldn't and you give up, you can go to my channel and try to do Turbo. So back to the video. fold this point up to here. Now unfold and take this little bit of paper that's under here and fold it to the intersection of this crease that goes down and this crease that intersects it. So take this hidden flap of paper and just fold it to that intersection right there. So now that you're done with that, what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna have to bring this up closer to the camera. From the creases that we made earlier, there's one that you need to pay attention to, and that's this one right here. And what you're gonna do is fold this line and make it parallel to the center crease. So you're folding from this crease point right here and making it parallel to the center crease. So you should also land this point on this crease right here. And you don't need to crease all the way, just crease to when it gets thick. Now unfold. And go ahead and inside reverse fold this little bit of paper. So just tuck that paper in. Now you'll notice that we have a little bit of a problem, and that's that this side is longer than that side. So you'll need to flip it over and to fold this flap over like that. And now, you don't want to crease, you just want to bend. Bend this flap right here up. And you'll notice that we have this point right here. We have this point right here. And we want to fold this point up so that it's going to this point right here and lining up with the center crease. And now you just fold that flap back down. And what we're gonna do is another spread squash. So we're gonna fold this little bit of paper over to this edge, like this. Pull over. And you'll notice it doesn't lay flat. So you have to push down with your pointer finger and spread out. That's why it's called a spread squash. So the paper should look like that. And now fold over. Oh, I forgot. Fold this bit of paper back down. Now turn the paper over. And now both sides are equal, even though they're not symmetrical. So, we're close to being done. We just have a few more things to do. So go ahead and turn the paper over. And we want to take a little bit of this paper and fold it and make a little angle like this. And then you want to fold this point back up till it hits there. This little edge right here. So I'm going to show that in closer. So you want to make a little fold down and then fold that fold in half. So now do the same thing on this edge. Well, don't do it yet. Actually, yeah, you can do it. Just try to make it equal with the other side. Fold that up. Should look like this. Just like it did last time. Now turn the paper over and unfold those little flaps of paper that we just made. Open this little bit of paper up. And you just want to push this in like that. And now you just fold that point under. Same thing on this point right here. open up and just tuck that layer in. And now unfold this little bit of paper behind. So, we have basically one more main step to do, and that's the jet fold. So, to do the jet fold, all we need to do is fold from basically this point right here down to this corner. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to make a crease just like this, and I'm going to bend down from there to the corner. Same thing right here. So now what we're gonna do is turn the paper over, and using the creases we have, fold in. You just want to fold like this. So again, we're just using this valley crease and pulling all the plane's layers together. As you can tell, we're very close to being done now. And just go ahead and fold up the wings. Now there's one problem, and which is that we don't have a tail. So to make the tail, you're gonna fold up like this. And to start off, you're just gonna make a tail that looks very swept back. And what we're gonna do to refine that tail is make a little bend in the paper and swing it forward. You wanna make a little bend and push it in a little. And that'll create something like that. You just wanna make a little bend. And now we need to crimp fold this bend, which means we need to make the bend equal. So open the paper up, and you just want to turn this crease into a valley fold right here, and swing the rest of the paper forward. You can, if you want to, just leave it like this, or you don't have to do that at all. But in my opinion, it looks more realistic if you crimp fold it like that. So now all that we have left to do is make the final bomb bay and shape the bomb bays and lock the plane. So what we're gonna do now is take this flap, and we're gonna start to inside reverse fold it up like this. So start to bend it, and you want to get it up into the tail just like that. Keep on pushing this section in. It's going to take a little bit of time. Make sure that you fold all the layers with you. Keep on working on that. Okay. Now take this and sort of fold down and squash fold it just like this. You're gonna hold it down, and everything should squash fold down like that. Now rotate the paper like this and fold this section down. And that creates the final back bomb bay, which is a very cool addition to the plan, in my opinion. So for the big bomb bay, you can either seal this up with tape or just hold it, put some stuff in, and close that little door. But now we're gonna go ahead and lock the plane. How we do that is reach up in here and fold these layers up and just fold once in and then another time. So Now you can just fold the paper back down. And now we're going to shape the two smaller Bombays here and here. So what we're going to do is take this section right here and open it up. And you'll find this little flap that you're going to put your finger in and just squash fold like that. Now it's swinging open like this, so you just want to push down on it and create this little Bombay. Now for this Bombay right here, you're just going to put your finger in and it should come up like this and then just push in. Now for this Bombay over here, just the same thing. Open it up, push in. Same thing right here. Open it up and it should collapse like this. And everything is going to start to mold together at this point. So everything should look like this at this point. But before we're completely done with the plane, we're going to go ahead and fold a little bit of the tail in. And that's basically it for the Avro Vulcan Super Bomber. But keep watching because I have a special announcement to make. I wasn't able to reach 100 subscribers by the end of September like I wanted to. So I want to try to reach 100 subscribers by October. So if you're watching this video, please subscribe because a lot of people watch my videos and don't subscribe. So please like, subscribe, and share because I really need that to get more subscribers. So with that said, I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial for the Avro Vulcan Super Bomber.